So once again, this whole thing with the FBI reopening the investigation, and now there's rumors that Hillary and Huma are part of the pedophile crew with underage or teenage, girls, essentially with Bill Clinton does on a guy Epstein's plane, to his private island. These are rumors, but they are reopening investigation on Hillary. And of course, we get this guy from the Department of Justice, Peter Kadzik. He's going to be in charge this time, looking things over. This is another one of the club members. This is another Hillary club member overseeing the investigation. Again, this is no different. Oh, police shot an unarmed person today. They're opening their own internal investigation. We're not going to release the results until they're done with the investigation. We already know what the results are. Yeah, he was in fear of his life. He was in fear of his life. The guy was 20 feet away from him, back facing the officer, about trying to run away, and they shot and they feared for their lives. Yeah, that's what our internal investigation found. So the people you're saying we think you did this, you're going to investigate yourself. Right. So this is no different with the Department of Justice, Peter Kadzik, saying, I'm going to oversee the case now. Quick, look surprised. I wonder what the result's going to be, what he finds. So get this from Zero Hedge. And matter of fact, before I even go there, I'm reading that an NBC affiliate accidentally posts election results, the presidential election results, a week early. And it shows Hillary wins by 42% to Donald Trump's 40%. I'm going to read you this first. Mac Slavo, SHTFplan.com. And I saw this about 2 or 3 days ago, but I didn't comment because it came back from another website. And I'm like, why would this NBC affiliate local news channel be using this third-party website for the election results that they're claiming are theirs? So I didn't really go there. But based off of the research this guy has done, I'm going to have to go there. NBC affiliate WRCB in TV in Chattanooga, Tennessee, has inadvertently posted election night results. The results page appears to be similar to what mainstream news networks display on election night, including presidential and congressional results, the popular vote count, electoral votes, and percentage of precincts reporting. The page, a screenshot of which has been sourced from Internet Archive site Wayback Machine, which is legit, is posted below and shows the totals for the upcoming presidential race. It announces Hillary Clinton as the winner. As Jim Stone notes, the page was pulled directly from the worldnow.com content management platform utilized by major networks like NBC, CBS, ABC, and Fox, and appears to be a non-public staging area for news and election results. So when I saw this World Now link before, it's the same one I saw. I'm like, what the hell is worldnow.com? I'm not following this one. I'm not going to go there on my video. So the original page, he says, that was posted and they screenshotted and it was on the Wayback Machine. The original page has now been reset. The results are back being reset now, not 40 to 42. Though the results information appears on an FTP server at worldnow.com, media companies like NBC's WRCB TV utilize the platform, also known, as they call it, as Frankly, to power their news content. This can be verified directly at the WRCB website. I'm going to link this page to you by scrolling to the very bottom of the page footer, which notes that it is, quote, powered by Frankly. In addition to national results, Jim Stone has identified another page at the worldnow.com FTP server that appears to show the state-by-state presidential election results. This page is also accessible in archive format at waybackmachine.com. That's that website that logs everything. You can go back and check to see what a page used to say before they changed it. I've used it many times. With a line-by-line breakdown available at Stone's website. Of interest is that the state-by-state results indicate a Hillary Clinton win in states like Texas, 42 to 40%, Florida, 44 to 40%, and Pennsylvania, 44 to 40%, which have all been identified as states Clinton must steal to win the election. Do these latest election results confirm the fix is in and the vote is rigged? If so, then we are no longer looking at an election where our votes will count, but rather a selection where the winner is determined by those who count the votes. And if you saw my emergency alert, vote video the other day, where I said you guys need to pass this video around to everybody the guy shows you just how it's not all it's not the people that cast the votes, it's the people that count the votes. And there's around 5,000 of these so-called administrator access or contractors that have access to the main incoming numbers. And the guy shows you in the video how they can manipulate them right there live in less than like a minute or so. So why is this site, why on earth would there be 2016 election results that just so happen to show Hillary winning ultimately 42 to 40% against Donald Trump? And now they're reset back to zero. Because the media is already going with the same plan they've always gone with, like I've been telling you all these years. There's no left or right. You can go stand in line if you want to vote. Doesn't matter. These people are setting up the person they want to get in office. We've now exposed that massively. And I'm still going to go vote, by the way, just in case. I'm still going to go vote. And yes, I will absolutely be voting for Donald Trump. So I can clearly see this whole damn John Teeter thing. There's a problem with the elections in which a civil war stems from in America. A problem with the elections, and he did not go any further in what the problem was, but did refer to the president at that freaking time. To be politically correct, he said the president, he/she, was more concerned with keeping the status quo going than anything else happening. By God, does that sound like Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? Keeping the status quo going. Donald Trump is vocally saying the status quo is finished when I get in office. We're bringing jobs back to America. We're closing down our borders against Mexico. If people want to get in here, they have to get in here legally. I'm going to clean house. As he said, I'm going to drain the swamp. That is not going with the status quo. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, we're going to keep Obamacare. We're going to fix what's wrong with it and keep what's right with it. There's nothing right with Obamacare. The whole thing is a disaster. You might argue, well, the only thing that's right with it is that people with pre-existing conditions can get health care. I'll give you that one. However, when you see, as you are seeing, what it costs now for insurance for everybody in order to include those with pre-existing conditions so that they can get normal rates of insurance, pay out normal rates. We're all having to chip in to support these people. And there's a lot of sick people in this country who have pre-existing conditions who are not or used to not be qualified. So when you now qualify them, everyone's approved. That's why your premiums are going through the roof every single year because we got to pay for this. So you might argue, yeah, but that's a good thing in the healthcare bill. But if it's good, it can't be good when the rest of us have to take out a second mortgage to get our family's health insurance. I could literally buy another house, not a piece of garbage, a decent house right now in Florida with the amount of money that I have to pay to insure my 5 family members, all of us, 5 total. Now, you might wonder, I do not have health insurance for my whole family. Currently, I only have health insurance for myself because I was dealing with my foot problem, and I thought, if I got to get 1 surgery, 2 surgery, 3 surgery, I'm going to get it done in 2016, and then I can cancel at the end of the year. So that was why I got it. But you don't get health insurance, you still got to pay. Oh, you don't have it. Oh, that's going to be $3,000 this year. We got 5 family members? Ooh. Sorry, J-Snip, that is incorrect. You owe us $3,000 or more this year in tax money to the IRS because you don't have health insurance, right? So yes, the whole damn thing stinks. I will link this page to you. But we got our top guy looking into the Hillary Clinton stuff, right? We got our top guy. And here's why, as of right now, right this moment, it just popped into my head, why it's possible, I'm going to use Bix Weir's term, the good guys had this happen with the second investigation being reopening Hillary Clinton's email stuff. Because if they can somehow get charges on her, the bogus vote rigging results, they cannot possibly rig them. They can rig them, but you can't possibly go to the polls, or November 9th. What were the results? Oh, Hillary Clinton won 42 to Donald Trump's 40%. Wait a minute, she's not on the ballot anymore. She got indicted, or she's in, they wouldn't be able to do that. So this is literally the only way we'll get a fair election this time, is if she's indicted. If she's not indicted and she's able you're able to cast that vote on November 8th, you're going to see exactly what I just read you. They already have it on their site that feeds all the news agencies. Here's the result winner. It's already determined, 42 to 40. How in God's name? Because Hillary Clinton has a 12. Oh, she's got a 15-point lead in some polls. She's got 12-point double digits in other polls. If that's the case, why is she 40 to 42, 42 to 40 against Trump on this poll? Not poll. Election results a week early. They've got all the numbers, percentages, all the way down. It looks as real can be, like they always do. Why would they do that? And why, by chance, is it favoring Hillary Clinton? Why wouldn't it favor Trump if they're just doing testing? And if you're doing testing, wouldn't you go with what the polls say? Polls have been saying she's up by double digits and at least several points in other ones. Not 42% to 40. That doesn't make sense. That's only 2 digits. So we're going to have to follow this. So on to the guy that's overseeing this now. Department of Justice Peter Kadzik exposed colluding with Clinton campaign. That's a shocker. You're lying. You're lying to me, Zero Hedge. Maybe if I didn't already hear that 40 different times now, that someone involved is colluding with her, sent money, received money, now was over the investigation, On Monday, we were the first to note that Podesta's friend Peter Kadzik was the Department of Justice representative chosen, not elected, not selected by the people, chosen by the club to head up a thorough review of the new Huma Abedin emails as revealed by a letter he wrote to Congress. Given Kadzik's personal relationship with Podesta, it seems like a convenient choice for the Clinton campaign. In the letter to Congress, Department of Justice writes that it will continue to work closely with the FBI and together dedicate all necessary resources and take appropriate steps as expeditiously as possible. Assistant Attorney General Peter J. Kadzik writes in letters to House and Senate lawmakers. Ironically, this is the same Peter Kadzik who has proven his impartiality in multiple WikiLeaks emails, including this newly released bombshell in which Kadzik provides a small helpful heads up about Hillary's email server investigation. This is what Kadzik emailed to John Podesta via Gmail on May 19th, 2015. There is a HJC or Hillary, well, I thought it was Rodham Clinton, House Judiciary Committee, I guess, HJC oversight hearing today where the head of our civil division will testify, likely to get questions on State Department emails. Another filing in the Freedom of Information Act case went in last night or will go in this AM. That includes it will be a while, 2016, before the State Department posts the emails. So the heads up, we're going to be having to post these emails. It'll be in 2016 before we do so. Also, we reported previously, see below, prior to joining the Department of Justice, Kadzik was the attorney for Mark Rich, whose records the FBI released yesterday, as well as Podesta. In fact, the Clinton campaign chairman infamously wrote that Kadzik was a, quote, fantastic lawyer who kept me out of jail. And since we have no reason to doubt his fantastic legal skills, perhaps Mr. Kadzik can explain to our readers and the American public why this particular message was delivered via his private Gmail account rather than his official Department of Justice email account. Sure, who needs an independent investigator? This guy will do just fine. He's part of it. Of course he's going to do just fine, and he's going to, quote unquote, keep them out of jail too. Because they're going to find nothing. See, the FBI can arrest someone, they can bring him in, this is what we're going to charge you with. But they have to get with the Department of Justice to get those charges. Are we able to do this? Are you going to file charges? No, we're not. We will not bring charges on this individual. And if that's the case, then that individual doesn't get arrested. The FBI can't forcefully make something happen. The FBI can't go into a courthouse and forcefully bring someone in who broke the law if the district attorney or state DA, whatever, is decided we are not going to bring charges. It's over. It's thrown out. I'll give you a perfect example. State of Florida. There is a law on the books that states if you blast your car stereo and somebody can hear it outside of your vehicle, I don't know if it's 25 or 50 feet. I'm going to say 50 feet. It's one or the other. Away, your music's too loud. You can be heard 50 feet away or 25, whatever it is. Your music's too loud. You can get a ticket. Not a moving violation, obviously, but a fine. You can get pulled over and fined. So there's probable cause for a police officer to pull you over. He reads the law. I know what the law says. And if the person fights it, it goes to court. However, the state DA or Attorney General of the state of Florida has said to all police departments in Florida, and I don't know if it's still that way, but I think it is. This was a few years ago. I don't think it changed. We know, the law's still there, but attention all police departments and sheriff's office. We're not going to be prosecuting anybody with this sound, music too loud law. We're not going to go after people. Which tells the police departments, and I've asked the sheriff's office when I was with them, I was a volunteer, what can you do about that? And they flat out told me, can't do anything. They're not going to prosecute anyway, so we don't even waste our time now. Our higher ups have told us, don't stop someone for that now. Now, if you need to get probable cause to stop someone for that, they're leaving a drug house, known drug house, and you need a reason to stop them and the music thing's there, obviously they can do that to see if they can get something else. But to just stop someone for loud music, they said, we will not do it anymore. This is no different than the FBI saying, we've got these emails. Matter of fact, there might even be a massive pedophile ring exposed like I'm hearing right now. I don't know if that's true yet, but I definitely am hearing it. And I do know Epstein is a third degree, whatever, sex offender registered that Bill Clinton flew on his plane 25 or 28 times to his private island. I'm sure they were probably just talking about golf and stuff, not underage girls or anything. And these allegations are saying that Huma and Hillary are both involved as well. Alleged, okay? But if you got this guy on top of it saying, we're not going to bring charges on this, what can anybody do? What can we do? What could I do right now? Hey, state of Florida, man, I'm tired of these. I'm talking stereo systems that shake my windows, make my paintings fall off the walls. Can we do something about it? No, we're not going to. Well, I'm pissed off. I want to see if I can recall you. You can't recall me. Well, maybe I can vote you out next time. Oh, wait a minute. No, the voting machines are rigged. We've determined that. Maybe not. Now you know how Harry Reid and the likes of Nancy Pelosi and some of these others, John McCain, warmonger, just keep getting reelected. The people want them back in power. Boy, the people love them. Or are all these vote machines rigged, as we've proven? So anyways, I don't expect anything to come of this Hillary case. If I see for some reason that charges have been filed against Hillary Clinton before she runs, before the votes come in November 8th, so November 9th, then I'm going to send a huge email to Bix Weir. Bix, I've emailed you at least a few times, raising the biggest BS flag on planet Earth when you say there's these good guys, they're going to go after the bad guys, and I've got the Road to Ruta timeline, and the timeline states that right now this is the good guys are going to take over, and they may have to crash the market one way or the other, or the bad guys too, but that's them going after them. And I'm going to say it now, and anyone wants to forward this to Bix, you can. Bix, if no charges are filed against Hillary, and or Donald Trump wins, I'm going to send you the biggest love. In other words, if charges are filed against Hillary, or they're not filed, but Donald Trump wins and becomes the president, I'm going to send you the biggest epic big swear. I'm sorry for doubting your superior knowledge. I don't know how the hell you knew this, but you are the freaking man. But OJ Step 4 has history to rely on, and history is rarely long. And history says no government transition from corrupt, taken over, fraudulent, no lawlessness at the top, no rule of law for them, massive pay-to-play schemes and scandals, all of a sudden gracefully turns into a guy we voted in. He takes over and fixes things. There is no history of that happening. The history is that we get cheated again. The people have had enough, and they start to revolt until these people are physically thrown out of office. That's what the history books tell me. It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. I did say, though, J-Step 4's super duper opinion last year going back to, and this year, I don't think they're going to crash the markets until after the election. And the markets are a little scary right now. They've been down. We haven't seen, I was reading it today. We haven't seen down markets like this for this many days since, whatever the hell, 2012 or something. I don't know. Whatever it said. But it ain't no crash. Dow's down a little bit. S&P is a little bit. After the elections, it won't matter who the president is. They can let the market loose immediately. Again, they're going to want to, in my opinion, like I said, they're going to want to do it same way they did it for Barack Obama. Bush is walking out. As he's walking out, we're going to have him sign off on this bill real quick, up the debt ceiling $1 trillion plus. He leaves office. Obama steps in. We send another one. Mr. Obama, up that debt ceiling $1 trillion. A few months later, do it again. A year later, let's do it again. Again. But the market didn't crash. Now, the market did crash, 2008. They did go down. However, the guy that was promoting, 2008, Barack Obama, promoting the thought that, because if you look back at his campaigning, they're all over YouTube. You can look back at all of them. He talked about how he's going to fix Wall Street and, fix all these financial issues, the economy. Again, he got on Wall Street's case. Oh man, this is the guy. So they let the market start to go. That was late September, October, right? That's before the election. Start to let the markets go. Barack Obama, he's already talked. He's like the Donald Trump right now. The markets aren't looking good. I'm going to fix, go after Wall Street. He gets in. You can't blame the markets crashing on Bush. He's practically on his way out. Barack's on his way, and you certainly can't blame it on him, but he says he's going to fix it. And it looked like he did. $800 billion, $900 billion TARP fund bailout, all this other stuff. They said the unemployment levels came down. We don't believe those numbers, but they said they did. Job is done. Of course, the Federal Reserve has $4.5 trillion on its balance sheet. Because people like to say, yeah, but the banks and everybody, they paid back all the TARP. They paid it all back. So it did work. It's fine. Hold on a second. No, it didn't. They didn't just pay it back. They were given that TARP funds. They were also given a ton more money from the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve said, you have all these gigantic, enormous amounts of mortgage-backed securities, your mortgage, bundled with other people's mortgage and called a security. And it just so happened to be the worst ones of these ever, the non-performing ones. In other words, not the assets, the liabilities, because no one's paying on them anymore. Default, foreclosure. And do you remember the Federal Reserve? We're going to buy $80 billion a month for like over a year, whatever it was. Over a year, we should keep doing it. The Federal Reserve is buying the junk assets from all these banks, giving them top dollar. No haircuts, no discounts because it's garbage assets. They're not even assets, they're liabilities. We're going to pretend they're assets and we're going to pretend they're 100% worthy. We're going to give you the full value of it. Yeah, but that house is worth, 30% less than what they pay. It doesn't matter. Full price, here you go. So they sold the Federal Reserve. Is now your mortgage lender, essentially. You're the note holder. You're paying the servicer, which is the bank that got the bailout, to service the loan in which they're giving the money to the Federal Reserve because they own your loan. So essentially, they got trillions of dollars back in their bank accounts, or their account, their bank, whatever, through a backdoor scheme through the Fed. They hand them these garbage assets. They get full asking price. Now the Federal Reserve has $4.5 trillion on its balance sheet because that's what it had to pay the banks to make them, whole again, solvent again. That's what it took. It didn't take $800 or $900 billion of TARP funds. It took that plus $4.5 trillion to make them whole again, liquid. And now we're finding out it's the same problem. We got the same problem coming up. Banks are starting to slide again. Oh, Deutsche Bank's in trouble again. Now the Italy banks again. They're all in trouble. I said the other day, Deutsche Bank got a bailout through the U.S. too. I thought it was fixed. I thought it was fixed. Nope. That's why they need a Hillary Clinton in there. Let's do a number on the markets before she can get into office and before Barack, as he's leaving essentially. And then she'll take over. She'll claim to fix everything. She won't. She will be keeping up with the status quo, as John Teeter said. I think I'm done ranting on that one. That was a good one for Jason. Had to get that off my chest. Take care.